Welcome back to the Survive to Farm series. It's episode 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's April 2, it's 7:09 in the AM. Survivors one and all, thank you for joining me. Well, here's the situation. My problems, if you watch my other Let's Plays, if you watch all my Let's Plays, depends what you watch or not, I couldn't get back into the game, into this Let's Play. It wasn't corrupted, it just wouldn't upload. I'd get to a certain point and I thought, okay, that's got to be a mod conflict. So I sort of had a bit of a look through, trying to work out. It was fairly straightforward because it happened all of a sudden. So rather than having to scour through and work out what mod it was that had maybe caused it, I looked at the last few mods that I had installed and selected with a view to using them. It was a trailer. It was one trailer. It was nothing in particular. It was a something and nothing, because I was having trouble doing the TMR stuff. I'm not a trailer. I'm saying a feed mixer, feed wagon. There's the base game ones, and I thought I'll put in another modded. I think it was the Turbo Farmer. Something. It was a small feed mixer wagon. That was all. I thought I'll bring it on, I'll have a look and see if it's still doing the same thing that all the other mixer wagons were doing. No reason why it wouldn't have done. And it was that's what it was. I had it selected, it was installed selected, I hadn't put it on the map, but just that obviously had caused a problem with something else and it didn't like it. I don't know, but anyway. Farm shop isn't open yet, it doesn't open until 8. Was it 8 or 9, whatever time, assuming it still will. I'm hoping it will take these. Anyway, there you go. So we take our strawberries. The flowers just will sit there. It actually doesn't look great having that flower sat there. Once the shop opens, the stuff will appear on the shelves. I might move that flower out of the way because my flower's full at the moment. Put it round behind, and then I can just put it in front if we need to. Just like I say, it ruins the whole shop front view. So. A few jobs to do today. A few bits here and there. Some stuff around the yard. I've got my first fruit juice, and I'll bring the fruit juice over. I can carry that by hand, so that's good. I've tedded the bits of grass I hadn't cut off to the side down that direction. The grass bales I've stacked up in a pile, and I put a load in the back of the pickup. Now I was saying I've got to work out how I'm going to shred those, how I'm going to put them back into loose form to put into my silo. I've done a bit of fiddling around, and I did off camera in-game last night, was went and collected all that straw swath that I had shown you a while ago. So now, in my bunker, we have got 36,000 litres of straw, 17 of hay, and 6 and a bit of grass because I've put some into here. The sugar beet that I had in the bucket, because I said the potatoes went in here, there's no reason why the sugar beet wouldn't, so the sugar beet's in here as well, so that's all good. And I've made another full load of total mix ration in here, 12,000 litres, to take over to the farm to feed Miss Abigail's cows. So far, that seems to be holding her off, holding her at bay. She's not coming for me yet for the farm shop, whether she knows or not, I don't know. But she doesn't appear to be. The firewood production's gone. Oh, we only had about, how much went in there? That tree I put in, was that like 7,000 litres or something? There's quite a lot of so I'll do my daily delivery. This will go out to Tanya. I was thinking to put some flour with it because we've still got 11. Oh no, please work. Come on, there we go. I've still got 11 pallets to withdraw if I want to, so that'll go in a moment. But what I was going to do, I took the pickup and then I saw the tomatoes. Oh, you know what? I get sidetracked so easily. So that's what we did. I'm a little bit, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit woolly-headed today, a little bit fuzzy. I took the advice of a couple of people for various different things. I put a bottle of frozen water in front of one of my fans yesterday. So when the temperature went up in here, it was blowing cooler air, which was really, really nice. However, the temperature outside was 32 degrees centigrade. In the man cave, when I brought the thermometer in, it was up to 36. It was absolutely... And I stayed out here trying to get that Drumard video done and edited, and it got hotter and hotter and hotter. I actually went outside into 30-degree heat to cool down because it just got too much. So by the time I'd done that video, and then as it turned out, there were no mods yesterday. So I came inside and I was sick. I was physically sick. I felt so ill, so unwell. My head was spinning. I felt dizzy, just not great at all. and I wasn't out in the sun, so not sunstroke, but I think it was just heat stroke, not heat exhaustion, but it really knocked me sideways. But anyway, these bales, I think it was Rob messaged me and said, oh, I'm pretty sure the sheep will take the grass bales, you haven't got to worry about shredding them up again. So I thought, that's a brilliant idea. Of course. Well, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yes, thank you. Whether it will take them immediately from the back of the trailer or whether I've got to unload them, assuming it will take them. There we go, look at that. Thank you, Rob, you're a legend. And I do that thing a lot. I do it with my friends. People will message me. Well, anyone who messages me, if I'm in the middle of doing something, if I'm recording or I'm editing or I'm doing, and I might look down my phone, I might look at Discord, and there'll be a message from someone, and I'll do that thing that everyone does. Oh, I mustn't forget to comment back or respond to that person later on. Or my mate Steve rings while I'm in the middle of recording, so I don't answer it. I think, oh, Steve rang, must ring him back later on. Then I'll finish recording, then I drop mods, and then I'll go in and I'll have my dinner, and then I'll, and then all of a sudden a week's gone by, and he'll message me, and I'll be, oh, I didn't ring him back, and I'll do the same with messages. Like I've said so many times before, I've got my pads, I've got my little notepads, I've got all my, for all my notes and stuff I do for mods and all that kind of thing, and when I get a message pop up and I think, oh, that's brilliant, that'll work on the Let's Play, that's cool. Sometimes I'll message people back and say, look, I'll add that to a list, I'll certainly give it some thought. It might be something I don't necessarily know if I want to do, but it's certainly something to mull over. I'll think, that could work, or sometimes it's an idea. People will sort of not submit ideas, but suggest things of things they think I should do or ways I could improve my Let's Play or whatever it might be. And sometimes they're either really complicated or will end up being a lot more work to do. A lot of times I'm trying to find a simple solution to a problem. It's very easy to find a complicated solution to a problem, but trying to find a simple solution and one that doesn't take too long is always the other thing as well. So then when it gets to the point like I've done now, it's been a few days because I was at my brother's at the weekend for my niece's birthday, and then I come back onto this and start doing some prep and then thinking, oh, who was it sent me that message? Because at the time I was doing something else, I glanced at it and thought, oh, that's a brilliant idea. And at the time you think, oh, of course I'll remember who that was. No. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do as well, I think we're going to go over to, the guys that were here from the circus, James and Wendy, and they went through and did some of the electronics, and they took the, what did they take when I drove past the other day? Oh, it was the small digger sort of thing, the John Deere digger. I'm going to see if we can operate any of the equipment over there, because what I'm thinking, someone had messaged, and there's something I talked about a while ago, and I said, oh, I don't think we should. I think it's something that we should leave alone, because if people come into the area, we don't want people to know that there are people here. I guess we're at a point now, we're kind of a growing township. We're possibly getting into that realm of becoming one of these established outposts, rather than a scattered community of people that when other people come into the area we hide, being a bit more kind of, look, this is an established community, and if you're going to mess with one person, you mess with everyone kind of thing. And someone said, why don't you start clearing the roadblocks and start clearing stuff away and make it a proper township? I thought, you know what, maybe we can start doing that. We'll go over and there's the bulldozer there, or maybe we can shove some vehicles off the road or crush them, compact them, I don't know what, just move them out of the way, and then maybe get I suppose we could use the bulldozer as well to smash up the concrete barriers and things that are in the way. We can move cones, get them out. Just a bit of tidying up. I think maybe that'll be it. Tidy up time. That was always, sorry, that's one of those really weird random things. When I was working in school, and when you were in the lower years, so what they always refer to as Key Stage 1, you had early years, Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2 at primary school, and when you were down in Key Stage 1, I didn't do early years. It was one thing they asked you, and because I covered classes and taught all across the school, the one thing I didn't do was do early years. It was a very specific, I wouldn't say it was extra training required, but they were the very, very young children, the ones that were literally just straight in the school. What you always used to refer to as infant school, lower infants and that kind of thing. So I was kind of 5 years and up, I suppose, 5 and 6 years up. So I was year 1 up, and I mean, even going, because I used to teach predominantly when I started year 5 and 6, So when I was covering classes, then going down to you, yeah, like these concrete, the barriers, I can leave the barriers because they're lifted out of the way. But like these concrete blocks and stuff, we removed a couple. But I think if we go around and just get rid of a load, like I say, get rid of some of the vehicles and maybe crush them up. I'm also going to bring some silage that we've got, because obviously we can't use it with Tomic's ration. See if we can stick it into the biogas plant. Again, if that'll work, great. I've no idea. We'll see. It might not let me because of the way I've got things set up, but we'll give it a go. Drop this off at Tanya's. We'll see if we can get one of those. See if we can get the bulldozer running. So they've had a bit of a fiddle around and stuff. Anyway, yeah. So it was a real culture shock. I've probably told this story before. That well, I think I went down to, it was year 1 or year 2 from year 6. You know, year 6 is the sort of 10, 11-year-olds, the kids that are getting ready to go into secondary school. And down to year 1, I was doing a PE lesson. And so, you know, in Key Stage 2, in year 6, year 5, year 6, even year 4, even year 3, you say to kids, okay, right, get your PE kits, get them out, get changed. You know, I would always say to them, you've got, you know, like 2-3 minutes, because otherwise you'd lose half your PE lesson while the kids were mucking around and wouldn't get changed. Well, I just went past Tanya's. And it was even better when we used to do swimming lessons. We used to take them swimming. I had a whole thing for that, how I trained the children to get changed for PE. It was brilliant. Or changed for swimming, but that's another story. So it was just like, okay, get changed into PE kits, and the kids would bang, 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 get changed, wallop, and you go for PE. So go down to year 1. It was absolute carnage. There was stuff everywhere. And I stood and I was like, what is happening? It was just absolute carnage, because they were little kids, and my kids were little once. I know they were, but when you've got a class of 30 kids, and there was one of those opposite. I don't know if he knew it was going to happen potentially, but the heads came in and stood in the doorway and just started laughing. And I turned around and saw him as that thing of, oh no, why at this moment would you come in, you know? And he said, look, he said, just word of advice, he said, when you're down here with the year 1 kids, especially for something like PE, he said, you literally do it step 1, step 2, you tell them to take off an item of clothing and put it here, take off this item of clothing, put it here, then put on this, then put on this, so they know and everything's in a place. Make sure their shoes are under their chair, make sure, because it will go everywhere. And then when they come back to get them changed back into their school uniform, they won't be able to find their own uniform, they won't be able to find what's theirs, unless it's labelled, in which case maybe they'll be able to sort that out. But what I didn't realise, never dawned, it was very odd, when we came back in from PE and then to get changed back, there were children that obviously clothes had been mixed up all over the place. The only way they knew their clothing was by the smell. And the children were picking up their clothes and smelling them and saying, oh, that's mine. And they were passing them around, and I was like, I had never witnessed anything like that. I never knew that was even a thing. So anyway, I learned very quickly. How did I get on to talking about that? PE kits and step? Well, I don't honestly can't remember. Anyway, it's a weird world. So, oh, it's all been moved, hasn't it? That snow hasn't gone. I don't understand how that hasn't melted. Very odd. Oh, there we go. Oh, bulldozer ridge. Oh, we can't use it for much else. I suppose we can use the plough on the back if we want to plough some land up, but realistically, we can push some vehicles out of the way, push them into a big pile, set fire to them, I don't know. Oh, the other thing I was just thinking, that's what we could do. What about, I thought the capacity of this is. Like I said, self-propelled trailer, that could go in quite handy. Look at the state of it. We do need to start washing some stuff. Will it run? Oh yeah. Why will it run? I'm kind of, because I'm still watching Vice Grip Garage and Derek Bier and that kind of, there's always that thing of, like I said, when he says, you know, you can get an engine running, you can get the car running, you can, the brakes could be fine, everything could be absolutely great. If the transmission's out, if there's no transmission fluid, or the clutch has gone, or there might be something, and you can't get drive, you can't get forward, you can't get reverse. And it was, I got in it and thought, oh, the engine's running, that's cool, but that doesn't mean it'll run. It's like, okay. The real world blending with the virtual world, and me not knowing the difference between the two. Okay, so bulldozer, that'll work. Cool. So we've delivered that. Oh, fruit juice. We've got our first fruit juice. I'm going to take the fruit juice around to the shop and we'll do that. I'm going to take the... well, let's take a thing of silage and take it to the biogas plant and see if that'll work. And then let's see if we can't start clearing some of the barricades and stuff out of the way. Doing it again. It's got 50 miles an hour rather than 20. Every time. It's because when I'm driving up, I see this bit. And I keep thinking that's the road, not that bit. And I've done it every single time. Pretty much. Now, another reason why I wanted to do this as well, I'm interested to see, because on my Drumard episode, the last episode was Brown Gold. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look. I'm doing my FS17 throwback series and absolutely loving every minute of it. But that was when silage was worth something. You know, it was worth doing a lot of silage because you could make a tidy bit of money. The difference between that and this is quite staggering. Taken one lot of my, you said tomatoes, apples over, but they've got the other two to go. Shall I use? Actually, we could use that that little dumper that I was just looking at, the dump truck, because we could load into that, couldn't we? Right, let's do that. That. Now, let's go. Grab the big bucket so we can get some silage. We'll move the apples over. And it's just that it's that daily. I'm just doing the stuff that needs to be done. You know. I know, like I've said many times before, it seems that these days... Well, that was the other thing I was going to say. I seem to have this... I don't know if it's because I've put stuff here. That's something else I've got to do, maybe. Move some of my equipment. I've tried to use the small hay bales and the small straw bales first to clear under that shed and shelter. Because if I need it loose, I might as well use the baled stuff first. So all the hay bales that I did are gone. I've got quite a few straw bales, but what I'm thinking of doing, once I've emptied that trailer, throwing them all into the trailer, making it all loose, and then putting it all into the silo. These two I can use at some point as well, whenever. That's fine. It gives me a bit more space under here. But I haven't had any more eggs. No more eggs come since I moved that first pallet. I don't know if it's because I've put stuff here. I don't know if it's just too close to it. I don't know. It's really weird. The egg production just seemed to stop. They've got food, but I don't know why. But that doesn't seem to be going down either, which puzzled me. Go to our animals. I mean, they're all... Productivity is saying 100%. Yeah, eggs 0 pieces. For some reason, I don't know why, we've stopped getting eggs. Oi, get back inside. Anyway, so I don't know. So I thought maybe one of these is blocking. I mean, it's not blocking it, but maybe it's viewing it as blocking it. I don't know. Potentially. So I think what I'll do, we'll just move these out of the way and put them elsewhere. I don't know where. So we haven't got a... Well, we've got a huge amount of room here, but... Because I keep putting stuff in the long grass, I keep losing it. Probably need a better open area really for putting all my stuff down. So that's what I said as well. I don't think I had every intention of doing a big old silage. Well, it depends. If we make any money from doing the silage, then maybe I will. I was going to do some silage harvesting using that silage harvester we found, but realistically, because we don't need silage for making our total mix ration, I don't know if it's something we'll need to do. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. It's very odd. I don't know why that chicken coop would suddenly stop working. I'm trying to think. That wasn't one. Oh, hang on. Whoa, what happened there? Should have lowered it first. Let's lower it, then detach it. That's better. Didn't have an update recently. The wired chicken coop. I wonder if something's gone wrong with it in the update. I definitely updated it. Please don't tell me the update said you had to remove it first and then replace, because that would be an absolute nightmare. I didn't even think about that. Isn't it weird, because you get updates pop up every now and again, and you just, yeah, bang, I'll update that because it needs updating. I've got one of those installed. That didn't cross my mind. I probably should have done. Oh dear. There. See if that makes a difference. I won't find that cultivator again, will I? Right, engine off. Not that one. Oh, I suppose I could use that. It's a difference of 3,600 litre bucket and a 5,000. It's not a massive amount, and let's say because this one doesn't pick up from the ground, but let's tip that right forward. Go down as low as we want to go. I'll have to use the other one. I can use one to load the other if I needed to. Oh, is that as good as we're going to get? It looks like it. Okay. Oh, still a little bit more than the other one. Okay. Let's take this to biogas plant and see if it let me unload it into it. Probably not. You know how these things usually go. So I've got more grass bales to go and collect from over there. There's a, I don't know if you can see, there's a dart. Oh no, they're quite a way off actually now, you probably can't see them. That's okay. Oh, juice. Like I said, I've got so many little jobs. It was one of those things, again, I thought, well, I'm going to do them. I could spend an hour and a half doing them off camera, but why? Why would I not do them on camera? I can never remember with these. But the tipping points are in front. Well, we're going to see if it just tips over the floor. Whether I actually have to tip into there, I don't think I do. It's normally in front, isn't it? There we go. Okay, I'm going to do another one. I need to double check something. Because again, it's down to who owns the land. If I'm tipping into there, and again, I'm using a bucket that, well, the bucket is owned by me. The vehicle is owned by question mark, question mark. The land will be owned by unknown or question mark. So it's that combination of who's tipping where, who's actually gaining the money from it. So potentially that load I just tipped in there, somebody else got the money. If that's the case, then we need that back. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd double check. I need to get back onto a Let's Play that's, or get back to, or do a Let's Play. The next one I do be more just straightforward. Like I say again with this one, because I was trying to make it more interesting and more, you know, there's more question marks, there's more unknown, and because of the way it was set up for me, I was finding equipment. I didn't want it saying owned by, it needed to just say question mark or unknown because we didn't know who it belonged to. But in doing so, and I did it in different stages, I did different accounts. I just need to have one where it's mine and another account, or just mine. Not set one up on multiplayer, just play it normally. Because I've got to a point now and I'm finding as I'm trying to do stuff across the map, it is causing me a few issues. I'm not going to lie. You know what? I'm going to do what I wasn't going to do. I'm going to go and grab that little dumper. I'm going to load it with a wheel loader. Don't know what the capacity is on it. I mean, to be fair, this bucket I might take back to Derek, because realistically at this point it's kind of redundant. It's not that much bigger. That if it was a 10,000 litre bucket, but okay, well, it's well worth keeping because I can do 10,000 litres at a time in that. But it's not a huge amount different to my other one. If I can find a larger capacity trailer, because my trailers aren't huge, I haven't got big capacities on my trailers either. Let's do this fruit juice before I forget. At least get that done. I really want some eggs to appear. I'm going to have to go and check the logs on that. There we go, look, lovely job. And we've got some fruit juice, look. Oh, Good. Well, that was a weird noise. What was that about? Yeah, so anyway, well, I was talking about the... How did I get onto talking about the kids in school? And I was talking about heat stroke and feeling sick and not... Yeah, anyway, so all that being said, yeah, so yesterday evening I went indoors, and on the last episode on Drumard I was talking about maybe doing some snow runner and stuff again, going back to doing a bit of that. I did some expeditions and I thought about maybe doing some more snow runner. So I thought, well, yesterday evening, when I get indoors later on, I'll do some snow runner. I think I'll do that. I got in and I was so ill and I felt so sick and just awful, absolutely horrendous. I went up to bed, and because in the house it was warm, it was just, because it was, we don't have aircon, we don't anywhere really, and I know, but like I said, I had people messaging me the other day saying, it's 35, 36 degrees where we are. I said that before. I know, I get it. I get there are hotter places. And, what and I've even found here in the UK, because we've got... anyway, finish off all that being said, I've woken up this morning and I still feel pretty ropey. I feel quite groggy and very heady, like I don't know, like I'm wading through treacle. I feel a little bit kind of disconnected. It's hard to... Discombobulated is the word, isn't it? I just don't feel... I don't know. And I guess it's from that. I just feel a bit peculiar. It's not going to be as hot today, which is nice. There we go. What do we get for our juice? Oh! Oh! So, having our little store there, the juice and the apples, we're not getting a huge amount, but as it turns out, it's worth doing, which gives us a bit more capital. It gives us a bit more bartering ability. It gives us a bit more if we need to buy something, or or get Derek to build something, or whatever it might be. It just gives us a bit more scope to do that. So happy with that. So yeah, I might take that bucket back actually. And again, I've lost my thread again, but it doesn't matter. You get me. It's important that I is got. So, next then. Oh yeah, I'm going to go and grab that dump truck and let's load some silage in. I'm going to do... I'll check it. No, you know what I'm going to do next. Let's get these. You don't need to see this. I did this in the last episode. So what I'm going to do, take this load of Total Mix ration over to the cow farm and give them some more. I might come back and get some straw and put some bedding in for them, and then I'll see you in a little while. I might try another load of silage and work out what's happening with that. And then, yeah, clearance. I mean, at the end of the day, the clearance is going to be, we have to be realistic about this. It's not going to be a, it's not a realistic clearance, but it's going to be a simulated clearance of an area. No different to it would be, when you go onto a map and you've got like a building site, and once you buy the building site, you can demolish the stuff on there to simulate the removal. It's just that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's that. Of course it is. I don't want to spoil the magic, and it's nice to get into the... I love being in that kind of zone, that narrative, and that's all very cool. But I do still get messages from people saying, I don't know why you're bothering, I don't know why, it's obvious you're doing this, this and this. And those are the kids that used to go to parties or go to watch a magic show and would heckle and shout and say, oh, I know how you're doing that. Most people probably do. Some magic, no, I've watched loads of magic shows and I honestly sit as an adult and go, how did that happen? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. It must be in editing, it must be this, it must be that, But, like I've said many times before, just go with it. It's just supposed to be a bit of fun. I mean, if you take that mentality and that attitude, I'm going to go and drive over here anyway. You take that mentality and attitude into everything you do. You go to the cinema, you might as well go to the cinema and sit and say, well, I know this isn't real because this is a film and this was made up. Yeah, if you want to go down that route, but it's nice to just lose yourself in a story sometimes, just let it wash over you and just be a thing. I'll have to come and collect that manure pile. I keep saying that and I haven't done it, have I? Because that seems to be getting bigger. Whoa, stop, there we go. Unload that. Have a look in. before the bull arrives. Whoa. Look, 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 look. I know it's like every time. I don't know why I'm so I don't know. Why does that just surprise me so much? I don't know. Every time. And that's what I keep saying. They're all out, look. That's what I keep saying. But don't stop being amazed by the small stuff. Don't stop being in awe of things that are like, well, that's really cool, you know. Yeah, straight in for the feed. I don't know if all the other feed's gone, but like I say, the longer I can keep Miss Abigail off my back, the better. Right, I've grabbed the dozer. I'm going to see it on the hour whether or not we get paid for the silage. I've done 2 loads now. Nothing yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these blocks out the road and then we'll head down. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the blockades at the extremities, like the one that got... didn't, did it? Is it midnight? I thought it was on the hour. Why are we not getting anything? That's bad. Anyway, yeah, the blockade that's there, I'm probably going to leave. The one that's on the far corner. We go to the map, and let's go to. So yeah, there's the blockade up here on the extremity. There's the one here. I might move some of it. I'm not too sure really. And then there's one. The problem is there's not one out here, is there? It's around. Well, there's definitely one at the all the main junctions. I might clear the railway one as well, actually. Just move some of the vehicles out of the way, you know? The ones we're having to drive around. This blockade, 100%, we're going to shove some vehicles, get them out of the way. Because getting through here is a night. That's why I always cut across the grass, because getting around there on the road is almost impossible. So if we can just shove some vehicles just out of the way, that'll work. I think that's kind of... that's what we need to do. Now this is running. I say I don't understand all the electricity and tronics and stuff that go into these things, but hey. So we could just, if we wanted to, we could just do a Hulk smash on the, you know, that does the front one. What does the rear one? Front thing, is it left stick up and down? Or is it just? Oh yeah, just raising now. We can just do a Hulk smash with the plough if we want to. I don't know, but we'll just get these. I mean, these barricades can just be pushed round. They don't have to be. Anything in particular. We'll just get them moved a little bit, I think. Okay, that's those 2 kind of done. What we call them? Lamppost? Yeah. That one I couldn't push too far, but that one we got right into the bushes, and we can demolish them, I guess. We could just start doing that rather than push them out of the way. Cars and stuff we can push out of the way. I guess those we can just break up into small concrete-y chunks. I don't think I'm going to get through there, am I? Concrete-y chunks. That's what you want in... Sounds like a cat food advert. I'm not sure anyone wants concrete-y chunks for their cats. Oh, I mean, we are skimming the sides on that plough. Ooh. Right, let's go on to the next one. Let's clear a few of these out. Oh, I know where I want to get rid of one. The other side of the concrete factory. There's that again. It's a really tight. I mean, that's the whole point of the barriers. Is to slow you down. The turn is so tight that you've got to really consider how you drive through. It's not like a chicane on a racetrack. You can hoon through at whatever speed. That's the whole point of them. But then when you're trying to transport stuff and you're putting trailers and things like that, it becomes almost impossible. I suppose oh no, I'll go around the outside because it goes a lot faster than I thought it was going to. It's a bit of a beastie, this, isn't it? Very cool. Cutting through the trees probably wasn't the best idea. Again, I suddenly had that momentary thing of, oh, I can't go across the crops. I can if I want. Leave me alone. Oh. I always keep forgetting. I always keep forgetting. I keep forgetting or I always forget. One or the other or both. And then what we'll do, once we've cleared a load of the barricades, we'll yeah, these ones, I think this will be a demolish on the concrete. Beacons and stuff we'll just throw in the hedges. This needs to be cleared. It needs to be cleared. Because it's an absolute pain in my, you know. I might even push the... Yeah, I suppose there's nothing to stop us. Can I get around that? It's getting so a guy can't even get his bulldozer around. I don't know if we can, but... Just think if we can just shove this. Is that enough room to turn there? We are on a roll. That's definitely out of the way. Right. We'll do this one first. Then I'll go and do something. Why are we not turning all of a sudden? Strange. Right, okay. I'll see you in a bit. I might do a bit of, you know, just show you a little clip. I don't know. We'll clear some. The big one's going to be that junction down the road. We'll see if we can get some of that cleared. But it's dozer time. Oh, that one we can. I wonder if we can actually just lift that. Can we pick that up by hand? Oh, we can. Excellent stuff. Let's just... Oh, no. That's not where I meant to drop it. Get rid of that. Just throw that into the bushes. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that before. Get those out of the way. Let's break these up. Nice. So, I went down the rabbit hole a little bit, as I often do with the sort of clean-up operation. And I'll be honest, I made a kind of unilateral decision on this. I haven't actually checked with anybody else that this is okay. I just thought, you know what, we've got the dozer, let's do it. Again, there could be some kickback on this. We will find out. Bennett, what have I done? Well, I cleared this junction. Look. Cars pushed out the way, cones off the road, concrete blocks pushed out the way, and we have got a clear junction. Like I said, we are within the sort of town limits. The blockades at the outside, I'm going to show you one, we'll go up the other way, I'll show you one I've done already. So I've just been kind of just pushing stuff out the way, getting cars off the road, getting things cleared, so we've got, you know, we've got access. And at the end of the day, if it all goes wrong, and if we decide we need to fortify, we have got, well, let's grab the dozer, let's go the other way. I'm going to gradually work my way around and we'll do something. Then what I'll do at the start of the next episode, I'll whiz around and I'll show you what I've been up to. Because I'm not just going to do that in this episode, just the whole thing. But so the white car on the left, that's been pushed off the road. And again, it just depends how much you've been watching and what you remember. The articulated lorry trailer, that's been pushed further off the road as well. So we've got a clear run through. The barricade we did a little while ago up by the concrete factory, but the concrete factory has outside all those massive, great big concrete forms like wall sections. So if we really had to, and we're going to have ourselves a township and we're going to fortify. I mean, obviously we could. I suppose we could over a period of time encircle the entire town with those concrete wall sections. There will be a lot of them. It depends what we want our perimeter to be. The green lorry that got pushed back out of the way. There's a little Citroen just up the road here, or Citroen, however you say it, wherever you're from. I was always brought up Citroen, but obviously I know it's, That was off the road anyway, didn't have to worry about that. The next junction is where we found that articulated lorry, or the flatbed that had the shipping container on. We used all of that. The lorry van went, didn't it? That got moved and then went. So what I've done, same here, pushed barriers. Actually, the liftable barriers, I have got rid of those, but we've pushed the concrete barriers out the way. We've moved the sign. Those two tall concrete barriers are around to the right. The lights we've demolished. See what we'll do, I'll get that stop sign out of the way as well, like I've done with the other one just over there. So this is all now clear, but this is our exterior barricade. So these two concrete ones that were here, I've just pushed over there just to sort of reinforce. I mean, you can still drive around it, but at the end of the day, it's a barrier of sorts, just a kind of warning to others, really. Those cars there have been pushed out of the way. There's a couple up there that have been pushed out of the way. That van was out in the road, and there was a bit of a barrier across here, and there's a couple more down there that, again, I've just shoved them off the way. There was a little scooter by the bridge that was sitting out on the road. That's been moved. So what I'm going to do is just work my way around the main block, really. If we go to here, so we've done really to this junction here. I don't think there's a barrier out here. Maybe that's something we could do, is go out and actually build a barrier out there to protect our outer edge there. But to be fair, like I say, how big do you want a perimeter to be? Would you consider this to be the main town, in which case you put concrete barriers all around that, but then you've got outlying houses? How far out do you want to go? Do you just block the main roadways, access ways? Because people can still come cross country, so there's a limit to what you can do, I guess. If it was just me and there was nobody else for miles and miles and miles, I could just put round our farm here, put those big concrete things right the way around the farm, make it our own walled thing. But anyway, so I've got the rest of this bit around here to do. Then along that road, work out what I'm going to do with the barrier there. Along this road here, work out what I'm going to do here at the train junction, crossroads. And then there's the barriers here, and there's all the stuff here. There's that barrier here by the fuel station. I tell you what we could do, I suppose. We could take the bus. If we can get the bus running, we could move the bus and just drive that up and just park that across the road, couldn't we? I mean, it's a barrier. At the end of the day, whip the battery out of it, or just do something to it. Switch around the spark plugs, do so, or not spark plugs, but the leads and stuff, so it won't actually start. That way, if anyone tries to move it, unless anyone arrives in town with a bulldozer, which, I mean, it's feasible that could happen. As we have found out. Let's get that out of the way so it's not saying stop there anymore. I think there was a stop one on the outside of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry on, do a bit more of that off camera. So like I say, a bit more around the farm. The silage situation I'm a bit puzzled about. We'll see what happens at midnight. I thought it was on the hour, but we went past 8 o'clock and I didn't get anything. And I did also check on the account for who owns the biogas plant, or the land that's owned by the biogas plant, and that hadn't gone up either. So I at the end of the day, if it's gone, it's gone. It was only just over 20,000, was it 23,000 litres, 24,000 litres? Not the end of the world. And that's where we're at. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. We are making a township. It's very cool. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, if you are enjoying the series, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.